It has been a long time since my last train video, which is a shame because I love trains. Probably because I don't ride them as much as I would like. I decided it was time to take the train to LA from Anaheim, to fly the drone and to see the Christmas decorations at Union Station, one of the country's finest and most historic. So sit back and relax and let's enjoy a train ride during the best time of the year. This is the ARTIC, the Anaheim Regional Transportation Intermodal Center. Upon arriving, it was very quiet, like it would have been a good study spot. Quieter than the library, really. And I was disappointed in the lack of Christmas decorations. It has been a year and a half since my last train trip, which was my train trip to San Clemente from Orange. I took the train more frequently during two phases of my life. First, my college days. In fact, my first proper train ride was from Santa Barbara to Anaheim on the Amtrak my freshman year. And I would go on to take that trip back and forth throughout all 4 years, always on the Amtrak. Then, around 2014, I learned how affordable Metrolink travel was, so I started using it to get around when I did not have a car. Those were good memories. And today I felt the holiday season would be a perfect time for a train trip from Anaheim to LA and back. This station opened in 2014, so it came after my college days. Another cool thing, it was featured in the HBO series, True Detective. And you better bet I got here nice and early to walk around and document this fine station. By the way, that's the Honda Center in the background, home of the Anaheim Ducks. And that's the Big A of Anaheim Stadium in the background, home of the Anaheim Angels. Despite the quiet, when it came time to leave, people started coming out of the woodworks. By the way, the cost of this trip was $8.75. After boarding the train, I sat on the side that would allow me to have downtown LA views. Unfortunately, that meant I was shooting into direct sunlight. The first stop of the trip from Anaheim is Fullerton. Think about this. When a train goes through a tunnel and it gets dark, you don't throw away the ticket and jump off. You sit still and trust the engineer. And this is Buena Park. It is wonderful seeing all those industrial buildings, parks, graffiti, backyards, traffic, all of that pass by the windows. And this is Norwalk Santa Fe Springs. Commerce would be the last stop before Los Angeles, but I don't remember if we actually stopped there.
I love passing over streets like this.
Trains are wonderful. To travel by train is to see nature and human beings, towns and churches and rivers. In fact, to see life.
Yeah, seeing everything pass by the windows gives me a feeling of power and a feeling of immunity from the outside world. Sure, it is to some extent an illusion, but to some extent, the immunity is real.
And then we passed another train.
That water tower caught my eye, and I love passing over that river too.
And then LA came into view.
You know, LA is often quite unattractive as it is by the tracks. But like I said earlier, the train is nice and it makes me feel immune. Railway termini are our gates to the glorious and the unknown. Through them we pass out into adventure and sunshine. To them, alas, we return.
And here we pass another train before having to wait a few minutes to allow other trains to come in and out of the station.
And that is real LA, baby.
And then the train arrived to Union Station.
Visit metrolinktrains.com/holiday train for schedule info and ticket sales.
Oh yeah.
Union Station, the largest railroad passenger terminal in the western United States. It has 12 tracks for Amtrak and Metrolink trains, which this hallway leads to. What a difference from Anaheim. I love how bustling this place is. When I visited, there was a Chinatown exhibit called Where You Stand. I was surprised to learn that Union Station stands on land from the original Chinatown. I never even knew there was a former Chinatown. Union Station is considered one of the last great railway stations. It is Amtrak's 5th busiest station, and it ranks among the top 15 busiest in all of North America. I have been to this station before on several occasions, but this is the first time I have been in this station during the holiday season. This big room is the original ticket lobby, which was restored. The beautiful architecture is a blend of Art Deco, Mission Revival, and Streamline Modern. I also wasn't the only photographer. In fact, one woman from Anaheim was on the same train as me, and she was also there taking pictures.
Then I walked around outside on my way to a secret drone launching area that I had researched ahead of time. It is so surreal, as there is such beautiful decorations, and then on the sidewalk outside there is a sad collection of homeless people. This spot was amazing. A safe haven from all the street people and traffic and security. Well, more on that later. This was one of those spots that lets you know that you've actually been to LA. So I was getting ready to launch the drone here, and I would get some of my favorite footage ever. I decided to set part of it to opera and then part of it to 80s style synthwave music. Hope you enjoy. Union Station is also a major hub of buses as well as trains. That is a local Metrolink train pulling into the station. And that white building in the background on the left is the LA County Jail.
This building is the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority building. Probably my favorite part about passing through LA on the train. And, well, security did approach me and ask me to land. But I was already finished flying, but I think he let me finish. He was friendly and he shared that he also was a drone pilot. Yeah, I was elated that I just finished one of the most epic drone flights of my life thus far, and that I did not get into any real trouble. Can you see the plane? And now I had the rest of the twilight to take in the station. And it was prettier than I imagined it would be. Like so many times before, I had hesitation and anxiety about taking this trip, but I am so glad I did. Then it was time to check out the main Christmas tree in the south patio and look into the station from the outside. I barely got these shots before my camera ran out of power. Then I switched to the GoPro. This is where I bought my ticket for the train trip back to Anaheim. I do like to be old-fashioned sometimes. I didn't get any Starbucks, but I have on numerous occasions before. Good memories. I did, however, get an energy drink from this liquor store. At night time, many apparently homeless people sought shelter in the station. Fortunately, there is an abundance of security. I wanted to document this station extensively, but I also had to do something with the 45 minutes or so that I had to wait before boarding the train. Train travel always forces you to find ways to occupy time that car travel does not. To my disappointment, the first car I boarded was business class. Unfortunately, a loud girl was on my car, but the trip was short and I was preoccupied with making my video, so I didn't bother changing. I went down to the cafe car, something I have done on the east and west coasts, and I bought a chocolate chip cookie and a coffee. I pretty much did this just out of nostalgia and for the cameras. But hey, the prices were actually quite good. And then we arrived to Anaheim, and I hustled down the platform and up the stairs so I could get a shot of the train leaving from a higher perspective. Check it out, the 57 freeway and Angels Stadium in the background. The red lights were the most Christmas-like thing at this station, but I am pretty sure that these are a year-round feature of the station. By the way, the ARTIC station was built in a modern architectural style. Hope you got into the Christmas spirit and got a sense of adventure. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe in the spirit of Christmas. Blessings.